Hiya Jess,
Hello.
it's good to see you again.
And you too.
Thank you. And here we are in Bradford. Unplugged. Do you want to tell us a little bit about Love Unplugged that you're playing at?
Yes, it's a gig that's been organised to raise money for Christians Against Poverty, and about trafficking to sort of stop that's happening in the world. And so obviously I was very up for being involved in it. It's a good cause, for a good cause, and it's just going to be a great night as well. Great
Yeah.
night of music.
Well, there's a good buzz out there, isn't there? The
Oh,
audience
it's
seems...
absolutely brilliant actually. The turnout's great,
Fantastic.
and that's brilliant. It shows a lot of support,
Yeah.
and everybody's guaranteed to have a great night, so it's going to be good.
Brilliant. So we met last met you at Beverley.
We did last year, wasn't it?
It was lovely. Tell us about what's happened since, what we've been doing since.
Well, yeah, this year we're actually playing the band, Jes Gardham band's playing at Beverley Folk Festival again this year. So we're absolutely stoked about that because we've got a main stage gig, the opening concert with Paul Carrick and Sean Taylor.
Brilliant.
So that is going to be absolutely amazing, and it's such a brilliant festival that it's a very good platform for us to be seen by a lot of people. We've supported the festival over the years, you know, so it feels really good that they've sort of given us this really good opportunity. So we're playing there on the Friday night opening concert and also on Saturday.
Excellent.
For the Americana concert. So really looking forward to doing both events and just being part of the festival again.
Well, that's brilliant. I will be there as well. We'll be
excellent. So.
I understand that that's going to be the launch of one of your albums or your EP?
We've got an EP, yes. Band have got a new EP, and that will be available at Beverley. So that'll be like the first sort of big gig that the EP's been available at. And it's sort of a stepping stone for the album. The album we'll be recording that later in the year, and everybody can find out about that on jesgardham.co.uk, and keep up to date with all our gigs and all our CDs. And we're also actually, I should have mentioned this earlier, shouldn't I? But we're actually also filming a music video.
Oh, yes.
Sometime in June.
Right.
So we're doing our first music video, which I just think is going to be really cool. It's nice to have one of those.
Yeah. So is that going to go? Is that to accompany your album when it comes out?
No, that's generally just as well as.
Okay.
So that will be before the album's ready.
So you'll have a DVD.
It'll be EP first, then we'll do a music video, and then the album will be ready. Just keeps people, you know, keeps something coming for people, you know, supporting us and watching and seeing what we're doing next.
Yeah, that's exciting. So you've got much coming up other than Beverley?
Other than Beverley, yeah, we've got plenty of gigs coming up. We're playing also at Gold Trees Festival.
Okay.
I'm playing at Lime Tree Festival as well.
Fantastic.
And there's a lot of gigs in the pipeline that will be coming up on the website, so that's the best place really to see where we're playing next.
Great. Well, we're looking forward to coming at Lime Tree because we will also be at Lime Tree.
Excellent. I've never played Lime Tree before.
It's a lovely festival, it really is.
I was doing a gig in Bradford actually a few months before now, and it was just there that I met one of the directors who sort of picked me up and said,
Was that Sean?
There. No, it was Sue.
Oh, Sue, yeah, from the Bet Lynch stage.
That's it, yes.
Yeah, brilliant.
And she was like, we've got to get you on there. And I was like, I'm well up for doing any new things.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because you sort of spend time thinking about what festivals you want to do, and you don't realise there's loads of really cool festivals around that you haven't even heard of yet. So that was one of the ones that and I looked it up and I was like, oh my God, how have I not heard of this festival?
Yeah, well,
so
it's quite new, is Lime Tree.
Yeah, well, there you go. So I'm really looking forward to being part of that. And as well, because I sort of squeezed me in, you know, hopefully next year it'll be like a full-on band thing. Yeah. And hopefully if they like it, we'll see.
Oh, I'm sure they will. Yeah.
You mentioned the band, but you do have a solo career as well, don't you?
I do, yeah. I've been performing solo for many, many years, for about 10 or 12 years. And it was just sort of a natural progression, really. Last February was when the band got together. But I do I have a residency at the Living Room in York. So I do that about once or twice a week. And that's just a really good place to sort of like work out new material. And I've got a very sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? Supportive audience that come to see me perform there on a regular basis. So it's nice to still do gigs on my own. And that is part of me. Even though I've got a band, it is really still part of me to perform and do just me and my guitar too, and it'd be about the lyrics and the...
Is it very different than playing with a band?
Oh, completely.
Yeah.
Completely. It took me ages really to figure out who I was as a musician, because I've had so many different musical influences in my life. It was like I didn't know whether I was folk and I didn't know whether I was funky, because I've always had a bit of, excuse my phrase, a black voice. I've always had a really soulful voice. So it was always quite interesting for people if I was singing sort of folky stuff, because it came out quite soulful. So then I started to really play with how I played the guitar, and that just came out more funky, more rhythmical. And then I really, from getting the band together, I've really, I think, found who I am, and it is the more funky, soulful side. But I still really enjoy writing and singing more sort of relaxed, chilled out, sort of folky stuff as well.
You've just mentioned that you got plenty of influences. Who's your main influence in your as you were coming up and trying to work out what sort of music you were going to play?
Do you know, that's one of those questions. You know how some people have an actual definitive answer to that? I don't really have one. My dad has played guitar for many years, and my dad taught me to play guitar. And I didn't listen to that many people. I used to love Michael Jackson, but I don't think I sound anything like Michael Jackson.
No.
Do you see what I mean? So I can't say he was an influence. He was an influence in the sense of he made me love music even more. But I really wasn't listening to anyone in particular, if you see what I mean. I don't have an actual answer as in it's this person or it's that person.
Oh no, so therefore your dad was the main influence
He was,
to start with.
Definitely, yeah.
Which is quite good,
Yeah.
which my dad had. And then various musicians just as you caught your imagination. And
Yeah,
you went
I'll
back
tell you
into
someone who actually did catch my imagination was a Canadian artist called India Ari.
Right.
India Ari, she's amazing. She brought out an album called Acoustic Soul, and it's really, it's just really funky. It's really good. Just shows how one woman and a guitar can sound really soulful. Like you don't need loads of other stuff as well.
That's really good.
Yeah.